Welcome to Leeation. Number 1. Cathay Pacific leads shipping vaccine. Cathay Pacific has built on solid experience in transporting special cargo, including pharmaceutical shipments. The cargo department is rolling a new real-time monitoring system, UltraTrack, as a key part of the vaccine solution. The real-time track and trace system implemented Bluetooth transmitters on each shipment and monitors vital information such as temperature, GPS location, and humidity. All data will be accessible by shippers and forwarders on request to ensure the vaccines will keep within the correct temperature range during the transportation. The system will be progressively rolled out through the first quarter of this year, free of charge, and will be offered for all COVID-19 vaccine shipments initially before rolling more widely out to other shipments that may utilize the technology. Under the new system, all UltraTrack shipments will be centralized in the new Hong Kong Operations Control Center in Hong Kong. The new OCC will be staffed by dedicated cargo and ramp professionals around the clock. The combined team will then instruct frontline staff to take actions for meeting the various storage and loading requirements of vaccines. The combined approach follows on from the recertification of IATA's Center of Excellence for Independent Validators. Pharma (CIV) Pharma covers ground services and warehouse operations, which are not covered by existing good distribution practices standards for pharmaceutical ground supply chains. By concentrating air cargo handling and storage requirements, the CIV Pharma aims for all participants in the supply chain to act in a globally consistent manner. Cathay Pacific Cargo and all its subsidiaries, including the cargo terminal and ground handling agents, have all been recertified to comply with the complete level of quality assurance at every stage from operations to business continuity. The Cathay Pacific Cargo Terminal is also being expanded to offer more temperature-controlled capacity, while it is currently able to temporarily hold and transmit 6.6 million doses of vaccine a day. There is more to come. Cathay Pacific Cargo's mentioned in the company statement, we could just expand it so that it can handle more than 7 million doses. And there will be more cold storage coming online soon. This new cold room storage will be able to handle a further 1.6 million doses. So if you're really enjoying my video, why don't you consider subscribing to my channel and click that bell icon to turn on the notification for my future videos. Number 3. United States of America approved SpiceJet and Starlux. India's SpiceJet and Taiwan's Starlux airlines have both received approval from the US Department of Transportation to commence flights to the United States. In November 2020, low-cost carrier SpiceJet applied to launch flights from India to the United States, notably with a fleet of Boeing 737s. SpiceJet intends to promptly begin operating a Delhi to New York route because the airline plans to use Boeing 737 stop will be needed along the way. SpiceJet proposes to operate Boeing 737-700 and 737-800 freighters along with 737-800 passenger aircraft for US flights. The carrier's initial objective are to operate charters for carrying COVID-19 personal protective equipment and to repatriate citizens. Although SpiceJet has selected the Boeing 737 to fly between Delhi and JFK, the airline states it may expand its fleet of aircraft used for US operations in the near future, including wet leases. SG could target large aircraft such as leasing the Airbus A330neo to operate non-stop services from India to the United States. 2 months after submitting the application, the US DOT awarded SpiceJet a foreign air carrier permit and the authority to fly passengers and cargo between India and the US. Starlux Airlines is the second foreign carrier this week to gain US DOT approval to launch flights to the United States. The new Taiwanese airline, which just began flying over a year ago with Airbus A321neos, has ambitious expansion plans. In November 2020, it was reported that JETS applied with Taiwan Civil Aeronautics Administration to serve 15 US destinations. These include Los Angeles, San Francisco, Dallas-Fort Worth, New York, Boston, and more. Starlux Airlines now holds the authority to serve these 15 destinations, but they may not end up flying to all. In their December 2020 US DOT application, JET specifically flagged intentions to begin flights from Taipei's Taoyuan International Airport to Los Angeles in 2022 with its upcoming Airbus A350-900s. Starlux Airlines has remained resilient during the COVID-19 pandemic since launching passenger flights last year. The airline expanded to destinations such as Tokyo, Narita, Bangkok, and Kuala Lumpur and signed an agreement to lease 8 Airbus A330-900 Neos. With the US DOT granting Starlux request to commence US flights, the carrier is now clear to inaugurate its first trans-Pacific flights as part of an impressive international expansion.